Proud of our group. Coming out of halftime, responded to the challenge of stepping back up to the plate. Thought that we could play with more energy and passion and determination, let alone scheming what we wanted to do. And I thought much better in the second half. I also shout out to our bench tonight. Our starters were struggling at times, other than Cam, to really score the basketball, and our bench really came in and changed it for us. I loved what Aari did. Unfortunately, we lost Leisha to a concussion, and had to play Aari her most minutes in a Sparks uniform, and she really sparked us with the ball pressure and was able to get our running game going. Lee LaRue with her career highs in the WNBA, both rebounds and points, one rebound away from a double-double. And again, the entire bench, Rakia continues to be, a spark for us off the bench in different spots. Steph Talbot was really able to make some good passes for us, and getting Ray Burrell back in the fold after, her bout with the flu. It's nice to get her on the floor a little bit. So big shout out. I think Zaya was really good against Enrique defensively. So big shout out to our bench. You got to hang around in a game when a team's on a back-to-back and see if you can get them in the fourth quarter. We just kept preaching that, we got to keep running at them. So, disappointing 1-point loss at home. We know how hard it is to win in this league, and thought that was one with a lot of tough nights in the paint, percentage-wise, that we left one out there for us.
Coach, before the game, we talked about, trying to catch them on the back-to-back because, we've both seen a lot of WNBA basketball, you more than me, but these types of things happen in the fourth quarter. You were able to take that lead, but, why do you feel like you weren't able to close that one out even though you're up by 2 at that one point with about 4 minutes left?
Yeah, I thought we had a few empty possessions, maybe not exactly the shots we wanted. Thought we might have been able to move the ball one more and get into another action, and we have to score down the stretch against that team. There's not a better closer in our league than Enrique. And then in close games, their differentiator is their offensive rebounding, opportunities. They are just so big and physical around the rim that, again, a big offensive rebound put back by Maddie Sechrist was maybe the difference down the stretch. We didn't have an offensive rebound in the second half, not one. And again, they had some big ones down the stretch.
Ray Morale, Sporting Tribune. What did you like best out of Lee's performance? Like you said, 10 points, 9 rebounds.
Yeah, loved Lee's ability to match up with their size and physicality. I love that she was hunting offense. She'll be the first to tell you that while proud of her nearly double-double, at one point she had 10 rebounds on the stat sheet. I don't know if she got one taken away. She missed some shots in that first half, and she didn't get down. She didn't get down. We told her we were going to go back to her, and she made some big plays for us around the rim in the second half.
Hey, Coach DJ from Infinity TV. I'm wondering, what are your thoughts on Kia Nurse's performance tonight and how Aari McDonald helped to supplement that?
Yeah, Kia, we didn't get a lot of looks for her early, forced a little bit, obviously couldn't get it going offensively, so we looked in other ways, but Kia was still contributing and chasing around Enrique. That's what pros do when it might not be their shooting night. I challenged Lexi and Kia between last game and this game's first half. We're kind of in a shooting slump at our wings, and so, challenged them at the same time. Was comfortable going to Zaya, was comfortable going to Aari, was comfortable going with a mixture of Ray or Steph or Rakia at the 3. So, there's going to be better nights ahead for Kia. But I love the fact that she's a true professional, and even if her shots weren't falling, she was contributing defensively.
Curt, right here. LT Willis teaches for us to 2 questions. Do you feel like because you guys have played at Long Beach State that some of the players are not used to shooting here in Crystal It seemed like they just kind of struggling, like with Nurse and Lex, they seem to be struggling. I think it's two different arenas. That's the first question.
No, I don't think it, I mean, these guys are pros. They play in all sorts of arenas. I don't think it's that. I think, again, Lexi and Kia are off to really good starts, like
Yes.
in preseason, making shots early. And now these last two games, you continue to see the focal point of trying to make everything as hard for them as possible. And, again, we've had to play Lexi way more at the point than we envisioned. With Leja now concussed, like it just, the ball's been in her hands. It worked in our win in Long Beach, but it's just not natural. Her natural position is an off guard. So, again, we got to pick our places when Lexi's got to play point for us.
And then my last question. You seem like you're starting to trust Brink a little bit more when she's in foul trouble. You just stay a little bit longer. Is that because she's starting to show that she can play being in foul trouble?
Yeah, she's got to prove to be able to play when she's in a little bit of foul trouble. So we extended her in the third quarter with her fourth foul,
Yes.
to see if she could stay out of that. Again, going back late, she had such a good offensive game for us. Could she give us a big basket down the stretch, a mismatch? But, Cam's going to have better defensive rebounding nights against this type of team. Cam, with her size, with 23 minutes against that team that's going to have major bodies around the rim, will be challenged to have more than one defensive rebound.
Thank you.
Coach, I wanted to go back to the bench a little bit. As you mentioned, they gave you big production tonight, played them big minutes in the fourth quarter. As you still kind of get your rotations and minutes situated in the early part of the season, just what is it that you need to see out of them consistently, on a game-to-game basis?
Energy, effort, and growth within our schemes, right? That the wide-eyed and the so much thrown at them in a short training camp. Just the growth of the schemings on both sides of the ball and have less and less slippage. We're not asking them to be perfect, but less and less slippage in terms of what game plans we're trying to achieve. But ultimately, their energy and effort are what we're looking for when they come in. Keep sparking us with the intangibles that way is really important. And again, Aari gave us a ton of energy. Zaya gave us a ton of defensive energy. And down the line, and Lee was great tonight. It's what we envisioned, that physicality, a low post presence, someone that could keep big teams off the glass. Lee was big for us.
Last question.
Hey, Coach. What did you see from Aari tonight with her speeding the pace up for your teams and things of the nature? And also, what did you see with the different lineups as well?
Yeah, I thought Aari, did a good job both sides of the ball, right? She created our tempo offensively. She was able to get downhill, especially to her left hand. She got some, drives to the rim. But then she pressured their point guard and gave us a different look than what Lexi and Leja do on point guard. So, I loved her being able to pick up and be more of a pest against their point guard and put some pressure on. I think that really helped us. And that's what she's got to do. She's got to be a pest. We've got to figure out the turnovers. We forced maybe the most turnovers in the league last year. We certainly led the league in steals. And we're not generating turnovers right now. Different personnel, a little bit different scheming because of the talent and personnel that we have. But somehow we've got to find some disruption. It's what I believed in. It's what I've been successful with in 9 years in this league. So, only forcing, 6 turnovers tonight against them, we've got to find a little bit more disruption. Our turnovers, on the other hand, that was a season low for us. We got a ton of shots on goal, and just didn't have a great night in the paint. I know you're gonna look at 28% from the 3-point line, but we didn't have we had ample opportunity to score baskets in the paint and probably have a mid-90s point total, but we left some points out on the table by missing around the rim.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey, so Cam, this is for you. Just how comfortable were you out there? It seemed like this game today that you were playing more outside of the 3-point line. Just what was your comfortability like with you scoring your first 20-point game of your career?
It just kind of felt like every other game. I think I just took the shots that were open, and obviously it didn't end the way we wanted it to, so it doesn't feel great, but just motivation for the next game.
Cam, LT Lewis, TD Sports TV1. The coach said that he trusts you to be on the floor in foul trouble. How did that give you confidence tonight, knowing you was in foul trouble, but you're still able to produce for the team tonight?
Yeah, I think that's just something I need to continue to adjust with, and the coaches and my teammates are giving me grace, so I'm just going to work through it. Obviously, I think there were a lot of fouls that didn't go our way. I think there was one foul where I was just completely tackled, like blindsided out of nowhere, and so that led to a frustration foul on my end. So that's where maturity comes in and where I need to get better. But it means a lot that he trusts me, and I'll just continue to show him that he can continue to trust me.
Thank you.
Aari, this is a young Aari, excuse me, Aari. This is a young team in a relatively young season. When you consider the first and second year players that are on the team, what's your assessment of them and how have they grown thus far?
They've grown tremendously. I mean, we just had fourth game? I mean, just people, they're working their butts off every day. They're willing learners, and so I'm also learning from them as well, just being new to the team. But, I mean, I'm just proud of them, and they're helping me thus far, so I appreciate that.
Hey, Aari, it's DJ from Infinity TV. This question is also for you. With Laisha having to go out unforeseen earlier today and you having to step up and take a little bit more responsibility, can you walk me through what was going through your mind and how you continue to push the tempo here?
Yeah, for one, I was confused. I was like, where's Lay? But, I just have to, stay focused and just have the next man mentality. It's been rough for me. I've just been learning. But just staying confident, keep working on my game, keep growing, keep asking questions. So I think that helped me, and I finally, I got my moment, and so this is great moving forward.
Cam, you've gone up against great posts your whole career, but kind of what adjustments are you having to make now? I mean, this is like one of the biggest teams in the league in general on defense. What kind of are you working on and practicing to kind of make that adjustment to the WNBA?
Just more outside shots, using my quickness to my advantage, continue working on my passing skills, getting involved to Dearica, and yeah, just kind of same old, but continue working every day on it.
Last question. Aari, Jasmine Thomas was saying before the game how, she feels for you because it's really hard to be a Curt Miller point guard. I'm curious, what is it about playing for Curt that makes that position so challenging?
Coach Curt demands a lot out of his point guards. You are the key to the team. You're the extension of him. So if something goes wrong, it's on you. But I mean, I'm up for the challenge. No pressure at all. And like I said, I'm just going to keep learning and just keep asking questions, leaning on Lay and Lex, and just Coach Curt, just keep talking to him, picking his brain, but I'll be okay.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.